I better make sure the camera's running. Okay. It's running. All right, so thank you for joining us for Sunday practice. Heather and I joining the Heathers. Yay! Heather's gonna lead the first half of the practice and I'm going to finish it out. It's gonna be about 60 minutes. We are gonna go without any props. So just a yoga mat is necessary today, unless you'd like to use props on your own if you know how to use them. So we hope you enjoy it, and thanks for supporting BodyLift Fitness. Also, before I start, I just thought of a great idea. I put it up on the Facebook link to give back to the community and to keep us moving, because I've had a lot of people contact me that say, I've done nothing because I'm not showing up to classes. So I put a social distancing accountability challenge, which asks for a $20 donation. You will win prizes because I will use all the money that comes in to buy local gift cards, local prizes to give back to the community and to give back to you guys for supporting us. So I hope that you join that. Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, all right.
All right, we will actually begin in child's pose. So if you bring your big toe mounds together, bring those knees wide across your mat. Let that forehead just rest down on the mat. Bringing yourself into today's practice. Taking a moment here, and taking a deep inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. One more inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Taking just a second to set an intention for this morning's practice, if you wish. Whether it be just to get the body moving, concentrating on your breath, or just sending some love out to somebody who might need a little push today. Wherever you're at in your breath, exhale everything out. On your inhale, ground those hands into the mat, lifting those elbows up, engaging those shoulders and upper arms. And exhale, release those all the way down to the mat. Inhale, walking those hands over to the left, creating that nice side body stretch on the right side. Taking 2 breaths here. And on that inhale, walk those hands to neutral. And exhale over to the right. And then on that inhale, walking those hands to neutral, stretching them as far forward as you can. Lifting those elbows off the mat. And then walking those hands on either side of the head, pushing yourself up all the way into hero's pose. Sitting on those heels. You're always welcome to utilize that block if you wish. Pulling that spine up, straight, crown of the head. Excuse me, crown of the head up to the ceiling. And inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep. This time, taking your gaze up to those fingertips. And exhale, hands to heart center. Dropping those hands down to the mat. Cross those legs behind you and roll over, finding a seated position on your bum. Finding those sits bones. Easy pose, if you wish, half lotus, whatever feels good on you. Taking a moment here, grounding down, softly closing off those eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, sweeping those arms high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, finding cactus arms, pulling those shoulder blades back, opening that chest. Inhale, round like you're hugging a beach ball. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, round. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, round. Exhale, hands to heart center. Switching those feet. Bringing the other in front or on top. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Grabbing that left wrist, pull up and over to the right. Creating a side body bend. Inhale, straighten. Switch those wrists and over to the left. Noticing if one side feels a little lengthier than the other. Inhale to neutral. And exhale, hands to heart center. Floating those hands all the way down to the mat. Roll over those knees, finding yourself in tabletop. Stacking those shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Taking a moment here, finding that strong table, pushing through the ground with those hands. Pulling that belly up and in. Pushing the tops of those feet down into your mat. And wherever you're at in your breath, exhale everything out. On your next inhale, drop that belly, lift the head and tail, finding your cow. And exhale, rounding through the back, tucking that tail and head, finding your angry cat. And inhale, finding your cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And inhale that spine back to neutral. Once again, being mindful of that belly, pulling it up and in. Grounding down into that left hand. Reach that right arm forward, thumb pointing up to the ceiling. And extend that left leg back, finding our spine stabilizer, making sure that you're creating a straight spine and not letting that belly sag. Finding the strength. Take 2 breaths here. And float everything down to the mat. Finding a tail wag if need be. And working towards that strong tabletop once again. Pushing through those hands. Feeling the strength of those arms and shoulders. Pulling that belly up and in. Grounding down into that right hand. Inhale the left arm forward, thumb up to the ceiling. And extend that right leg straight back. Creating that long line from your hands all the way to your heel. Taking 2 breaths here. Good. And exhale, float everything down to the mat. Wagging that tail side to side. Finding that strong tabletop once again. Inhale, tucking those toes and lifting those knees about 2 inches off the mat, finding your floating tabletop. Being strong through the arms, pulling that belly up and in. And breathing 3 deep breaths here. on that third exhale, float those knees all the way down. Maybe rolling through those shoulders, rolling those wrists if you need. Pushing through those hands, stacking those shoulders over the wrists. Inhale that left leg straight back. Keeping that thigh parallel to the ground, bend that knee so the sole of your foot is parallel to the ceiling. Holding here. And on your next inhale, lift that head and try to squeeze that bum, lifting that leg just a little higher, finding our tiger. And exhale, release all the way down to the mat. Getting any little wiggle out you may need. Once again, stacking those shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Inhale that left leg back. Keeping that thigh parallel to the floor and ceiling. Bend that knee, bringing the sole of the foot parallel to the ceiling. And inhale that head, looking forward. Flexing that glute, lifting that leg just a little higher. Good. And exhale all the way down. Stepping that left and right leg back, finding our strong plank. You're always welcome to drop the knees. Make sure to be strong in that belly and those shoulders. Holding here for 3 breaths. And on your next inhale, shift that weight forward just a little. Hug those elbows in and chaturanga all the way down to your belly. Untucking those toes. Bring those arms wide across. Finding T-arms or maybe a good Y. Working on some different back bends here. Letting that head just rest on your mat for a moment. With those arms spread out to a Y or a T. On your next inhale, come onto those fingertips, lifting those elbows off the ground. And lift that chest just a little bit, finding a baby back bend here. And exhale, release all the way down. One more inhale, coming on to those fingertips, lifting those elbows, and finding that baby back bend. Good. And exhale, release all the way down. Bringing those hands on either side of the head, forearms flat down to the mat. Pushing through those arms, inhale, finding that sphinx. Maybe a little arm adjustment is needed here, stacking those shoulders over those elbows, palms down. Pushing through the earth with those forearms and those hands, flexing those glutes, alleviating some of that back pain. And exhale all the way down. Placing those hands once again on either side of the face. Inchworm that bum up. Left knee, right knee, pushing yourself all the way into tabletop. Tucking those toes and floating those hips high to the sky. Finding our first down dog. Pedaling it out here.
Question, am I mirroring? Are we mirroring or are you using your left or right?
Left to right.
Okay. Sorry, just gotta make sure we know what we're doing.
Or whatever you think you need to do, I guess. You can mirror us, you can use your left and right, you release. Inhale, finding our half lift, bringing those hands to the shin, finding that long extended spine. And exhale, forward fold. This time, inhale to half lift, but bring those hands to the hip creases, pushing those hips back as you're pulling that head forward. Seeing if this helps to bring some more space into that spine. And exhale, forward fold. Resting that belly on those thighs one more time. Inhale, lift the head, drop the bum, sweep those arms all the way up to the ceiling, finding our extended mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more, inhale, sweep. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding our forward fold. Placing those hands on the mat, grounding down into that left foot. Inhale that right foot all the way back. Dropping that knee, finding our low lunge. And inhale those arms up. Settling in, making sure that knee is not in front of that ankle. Pulling that belly up and in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, twist towards that front leg, so over to the left. Keeping that spine long. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, release those hands all the way down to the mat, tucking that back toe, lifting the knee, and stepping all the way back into plank. Once again, you're always welcome to drop those knees. Inhale, shift that weight forward onto your toes, tuck those elbows in, and chaturanga all the way down to your belly. Inhale, finding your back bend. Maybe it's just baby cobra at this moment. Maybe you go into full cobra. And exhale, release all the way down. Inchworming those knees up. Pushing yourself all the way up into tabletop, tucking those toes, and lifting those hips high. Finding down dog. Inhale, lift that left leg high to the sky, keeping those shoulders square, tucking that pinky down towards the floor, keeping those hips square. And exhale that knee to chest, hovering here. One inhale. And exhale, drop that foot on the mat, lower that knee. And inhale up, finding our low lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, twist towards that front leg. And exhale, release. Floating those hands all the way down to the mat. Tucking that back toe, lifting that knee, and stepping forward, finding forward fold at the top of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the head, drop the bum, sweep those arms tall, finding extended mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding forward fold. Placing those hands on the mat, grounding down into that right foot. Step that left foot all the way back, lowering the knee, and inhaling those arms up, finding low lunge. Exhale those hands to heart center. Inhale, twisting towards that front leg. Good. Exhale, release to neutral. Let those hands float all the way down to the ground. Tucking that back toe, lifting that knee, and stepping the right leg back to meet the left, finding plank. On your next inhale, shift that weight forward, hug those elbows in, and exhale all the way down to your belly. Untucking those toes. Inhale, finding your back bend. Making sure to flex those glutes. And exhale all the way down. Inchworming those legs under those hips and pushing yourself up into tabletop, tucking those toes and lifting those bums high to the sky, finding down dog. Inhale that right leg high to the sky, keeping those shoulders and hips square. Exhale that knee to chest, hovering here. One inhale. And exhale, place that foot in between your hands, dropping that knee. And inhaling those arms up, finding our low lunge. Exhale those hands to heart center. Inhale, twist towards that front knee. Good. Exhale to neutral, and let those hands float all the way down to the mat, framing that foot, tucking that back toe, lifting that knee, and stepping forward, finding forward fold at the top of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the head, drop the bum, sweep those arms high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a moment to grab a drink of water if you need to. Adjusting those pants like we both did simultaneously. And then finding that strong mountain once again at the top of your mat. 2 more sun salutations, 1 on each side, this time a little quicker with our inhales and exhales. Grounding down through those feet, feeling the strength in those legs. Long, straight spine. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep. This time, exhale, hands to heart center, finding our forward fold. Inhale, ground those hands, grounding down into that left foot. Exhale, step that right foot back, drop the knee, and inhale those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, twist to that front leg. Exhale to neutral, letting those hands float all the way down. Inhale, tuck that toe, lift that back knee, stepping back into plank. And exhale here. Inhale, shift that weight forward, tuck those elbows, and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, finding your back bend. And exhale, finding your down dog. Whether you inchworm those legs, pushing into tabletop, and then finding down dog, or just vinyasa through down dog, pushing through here. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, drop that foot and that back knee. Inhale those arms up. exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, twist towards that front knee. And exhale, release. Floating those hands all the way down. Tucking that back toe, lifting that knee, stepping forward, finding forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drop the bum, lift the head, sweep those arms high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold. Inhale, place those hands, grounding down into that right foot. Exhale, that left foot back, dropping the knee, finding your low lunge. Inhale, those arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, twist over to the mirror. And exhale to heart center, releasing those hands all the way down, tucking that back toe, lifting the knee, stepping back into plank. Inhale, shifting that weight forward, tucking those elbows. Exhale, all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale, finding your down dog. Inhale that right leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. And drop that foot, dropping that back knee. Inhaling those arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, twist to that front knee. Exhale to neutral, dropping those hands all the way down, tucking that back toe, lifting that knee, and stepping forward, finding our forward fold. Taking a moment here, just to let that belly rest on those thighs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, inhale, half lift, bringing those hands to those hip creases, pushing those hips back, pulling that head forward. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drop the bum, lift the head, sweep those hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Once again, finding that strong mountain. Release those hands to your sides. Paying attention to where you're carrying the weight in your mountain. Are you on your toes? Are you leaning back into your heels? All of these are correct. It's simply just noticing wherever you're at with your weight. Work to centralize that weight in 4 points of your feet. Big toe mound, little toe mound, both sides of the heel. Taking one deep inhale through the nose. And exhale to the mouth. Inhale those hands to heart center. And then pass it on to Heather.
Take a big inhale, reaching those hands high. Bring your hands back to heart center, finding your seat, Utkatasana. Lifting through the chest. Now press the palms together, lift those elbows and breathe. Warming those legs even more. 2 more breaths. Finishing out your 3rd breath. Inhale, lift, reaching to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet back, finding plank position. Strong here. Press those palms through the earth. Press through those shoulders. Don't let yourself drop into it. Active plank. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend, whatever it is today. And lift to find down dog. Lift your right leg high, pinky toe turned down. Pull the knee through, finding strong knee to nose, core. Lower the leg, keeping that back knee lifted, find high crescent lunge. Breathing here. Hands will come to heart center. We'll exhale and twist over that knee again, just like we did in low lunge. Pause and press through those hands, lift those elbows. Bring it back to center. Here we're going to transition into a warrior three. Keep your hands at heart center. Lift that back leg by straightening the front. Maybe you have to tiptoe it forward. Inhale and start to lift the heel as the chest lowers equally. Straight from the top of the head down to the heel. Hands can stay in heart. They can airplane or they can reach. All are options, whatever you're feeling. Bring the hands back to heart if you reached. Exhale, lower that foot down back into crescent, lifting those hands high. Breathe. Hands come back to heart. We twist one more time. Exhale over that thigh. Final breath. Bring it back to center. Inhale the hands. Exhale, frame the foot. Step that foot back, find down dog. Take a moment, pedal it out. You can go, stay in down dog or directly over shoulders through your chaturanga, up dog, and back to down dog, or we stay in down dog and meet. Walk your feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that butt low as you bring your hands to heart center and lift through the chest. Big, strong press. Exhale, hands down, chin to chest. Inhale, lifting back up. Hands come to heart as we find Utkatasana again. Chair pose. Breathing. Inhale all the way. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet back, find down dog. You can lower again here or stay. Whatever your version is. Meeting in down dog. Lift that left leg high to the sky, pinky toe turned down. Pull that knee to chest, hold and hover. Place the foot down, lifting to find crescent on your left side. Hands through heart. We twist, keeping those arms active. 20% press in those palms. Belly's pulled in. Bring it back to center. Inhale those arms up. Here we start to bring ourselves back in to warrior. So hands can come to heart. Tiptoe that foot in, lift that heel behind. Strong from the top of the head to that heel, toe is turned down. Your arms are welcome here. Airplane, reach, or heart. heart center. Lower that back foot to find crescent again, reaching high. Hands come to heart. Final twist on this side. Squeeze, breathe. Feel the abs get tighter on your exhale. Inhale back to center. Bring the hands high. Exhale, frame that foot. Step that foot back, find down dog. Pedal it up. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Lower all the way to the floor. Release the toes. Move the hands, whatever you need to do to set yourself up on the mat. We're gonna find bow. I'm gonna talk you through half bow and full bow. So we're gonna start with our right leg first. We're gonna bring our right heel towards our bum, grab for that foot. This may be as far as you go, and you work a nice little quad stretch. Breathing, feeling it open. If you're here, I want you to make sure you're still squeezing through the butt, so it's active. You can work your left arm forward, parallel to the edge of the mat, lifting the chest. Then kick that foot into the hand and let the hand pull into the foot to open up even more. Half bow. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Don't let those knees go wide on the mat. Slowly release, and we find it on the other side. So we work our right arm forward, parallel to the front edge of the mat. Left foot's going towards your bum. Finding the quad stretch first, and maybe this is where you stay. Squeeze through the butt. Inhale, lift if you're finding full, or I should say half bow. Make sure that foot is pressing into that hand, and the hand is pulling into the foot. Helps lengthen through that spine. Knees pull together. Exhale and release. Good. Here, you can work full bow, or you can go into half and half. I'll cue you through both. So if you're going into full, it'll be a longer hold. Otherwise, about halfway through, I'll have you switch feet. You're gonna bring your heels towards your bum. You're gonna grab both feet, ankles or toes, or I should say arches. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the butt before you do any lifting. You might stay, this might be enough pressure on that back, it's okay. If you would like to go further, you inhale, push those feet in. If you did just one side, I would switch to your other side now. Pull those thighs together. If you want to add a little rock to your bow, you can do that. Take one final breath and slowly release down. Move those shoulders, those hands, those wrists, those knees, those hips, whatever you need. As we bring ourselves back to find plank position. However you need to get there, press yourself up strong. Breathe here. Exhale, find your down dog. And walk your hands to the back side of the mat. Forward fold. Release the head. Look through those knees. Find a bend in those knees so the chest comes closer to the thighs. Here we bring our hands to heart center. We lower our butt, lift our chest, press to stand. Big inhale. Exhale, hands down, chin to chest. Palms come open for our standing pose. We're gonna do tree pose today. So take a moment and let's ground down through our left foot. Hands come back to heart center to find a little balance. Now, we're gonna work our right thigh parallel to the front or to the ceiling. Breathing here. Don't let yourself sink into that left hip. We want to become taller and stronger. And then exhale and push it to the side. Thigh stays parallel to the ceiling. And for a little extra, take your right hand, plant it on top of that right thigh. Press the thigh into the kickstand, toe down, calf, ankle. You can bind whatever is in your practice. You find it and breathe. Here, hands can stay at heart center, or you can start to work your branches. Opening up, maybe finding a little breeze. Leaves are in the wind. And then they gently move back to heart. We do not drop out of this wherever you're at. Instead, we bring that thigh back to the side. Strong stance. We bring it forward and we release, shaking it up. That left foot gets a little tired. So here we go, we're gonna work on the other side. I like to tell people, if they went into a bind or their foot stayed at kickstand, try and do the same thing with the other foot so you're not overworking one side compared to the other. So just something to take note of this time. Let's plant our right foot down, finding all the edges of the foot. Do not sink into this right hip. Instead, pull tall, hands to heart. Inhale and lift that left foot parallel to the ceiling, or the thigh parallel to the ceiling. This is where you find your breath. Let's open to the side. Hand goes to thigh, thigh goes to hand, press, 20%. Slow everything down with that breath. Good. Here you're going to find your tree pose, wherever it is. Find wherever that might go today. And today could be different than yesterday. Just work. Finding branches and maybe some leaves. Wherever you're at, you're slowly going to bring it back. Hands are going to come to heart. Strong lift to the side. Bring it to the front and release down. Good. Shake out those feet again. Palms are out. Find mountain. Shoulder blades are flat against that back. Take a big inhale. Exhale, we're finding a chair again. Butt goes back. Belly's drawn in. Chest is lifted. Here, we can find different hand positions. We can bring hand palms flat, working our shoulders. You can lift the hands, thumbs draw back to the back wall. Hands can be at heart center if you're getting tired. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Walk those hands forward for one final strong plank. Here you can press back into child's pose or lower all the way through chaturanga for a final vinyasa. And we're all going to meet in that child's pose. Big toe mounds come together, hands walk forward. Grab a drink if you need it. Forehead melts down into the earth. Finally, we're going to lift and work to our seated position. Swing those feet forward, however you need to get there. Working the tissue from underneath those sit bones so you sit a little flatter. Let's make sure our toes are to the ceiling and your spine is straight. If it's hard to lengthen out those feet, bend your knees just slightly so you can sit taller. Take a moment, hands come to heart. Inhale those hands up. Exhale, bring the palms to the front, even with the shoulders. And then we're gonna find a little hinge. You're just gonna exhale, baby hinge. Breathe here. Lengthen, don't sink. You're doing great. Inhale, lift. We're gonna find a fold, but we're gonna reach to the corner of the room, keeping the spine flat instead of rounding over. Exhale, corner of your room. Long back, chest is lifted. Inhale back up. Exhale, palms go flat. We find core again. Exhale, leaning back just enough to activate those abs and breathe. If you want to add a little, lift your left foot. Lower, lift your right. Lower, inhale, breath, tall. Exhale, corner of the room again. Here you can find your forward fold. So maybe it's to the shins, the ankles, the knees, the feet. Just take a moment, wiggle anything out you need to. Lift the chest. Bring your right foot next to your left thigh, knees up. Squeeze it just a little bit so you can hug it, get tall. Now I want you to lift your right hand high to the sky. So same knees up, same hand. Make sure you're noted in the foot on the floor. It's still straight to the sky. Those toes are reaching up. Now, I want you to inhale, grow a little bit taller through that spine, and then exhale and find a twist. Just touching the pinkies or the fingers to the floor. Don't lean on it. Maybe the gaze is over that back shoulder, maybe it's not. Inhale, lift back up. This time we're going to try it again. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to put it against our right thigh inside. Now I want you to activate by pressing that thigh into the hand and the hand into the thigh. Make those abs work. Exhale, find that twist again, keeping the press. Don't let go of the press. The twist probably won't be as deep, but you'll feel yourself working a lot harder. Charlie horse. Maybe you'll get a little cramp. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, release that foot out. Shake those hips. Maybe you need a bound angle for a moment. We're going to work the other side. So we're going to bring our feet forward again. And if you have to reset those sit bones and those feet, go ahead and do that. Feet are to the ceiling, toes are to the ceiling. I keep saying feet. Bring your left foot in. Give it a little hug. Sit tall first, most important. We don't want to roll into the spine and find this hunched back. So we want to sit as tall as we can. We're going to inhale, lift that left hand high. And then we're going to exhale and find that twist, just touching the fingers to the floor. Don't lean into it. Maybe gaze over that back shoulder. Good. Inhale that hand back up, reaching to the sky. Now I'm going to take your right hand and press it into that left thigh. So it's already active, 20%, 15%. We don't need to go at 100. Inhale, grow again. Exhale, twist again. Keep that press. Inner thighs and core are working here. You should be shaking. I love it. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, bring those feet out. Maybe find bound angle. Opening up those knees. Baddha Konasana here. Nice and tall in the spine. I like to wiggle a little bit when I'm here. All right, enough with the mean stuff except for boat pose. We're going to bring our heels forward. We're going to bring our palms forward. Here is where boat pose number 1 would be. We want to just find that hinge like you did when we were in the staff pose with the lean for abs. If you'd like to go on, you bring one foot up. If you'd like to go further, you bring both. Shins are trying to be parallel to the ceiling first. If you feel 100% okay, then you can lift those heels to the sky, gaze between those toes. This does not have to happen, and we breathe. Lower the heels, wiggle if you need to, and we're going to lower ourselves to the ground, but you're going to try not to beat me. So you're going to exhale and start to lower down. nice and slow. Even at the end, don't let yourself just fall to the ground. We want to use all of our core. Even at the end when we're setting our head down. And then reach those hands back, point those toes, wiggle them, and bring your heels in towards your butt. Feet are straight ahead, heels are behind, palms are facing down. We're going to inhale and do one bridge here. Your bridge is your option. Maybe you reach for those ankles, maybe you clasp the hands underneath, maybe we just find a nice press. Inhale, lift here. Making sure all four corners of the feet are on the floor. And we're not starting to find our kinky edges. And we're not letting those knees splay or knock me here. They're straight. Find your final breath. And as you exhale, start to work your way down through that spine, lowering the hips down to the earth. Bring those knees into the chest, giving them a little hug, maybe rocking them left and right. Maybe you want your forehead to go towards them. Nice tight ball. And then release the shoulders. Bring your hands to a T, and the shins go parallel to the ceiling. Flex the feet. Act like there's a ball or a block between those knees. As we exhale and bring our knees to the right side, keeping that space. Shoulders stay on the floor. Find center. And then over to the other side. Nice active twist. Find center. This time let it be passive, so the knees fall wherever they'd like on your right side. Trying to keep a nice twist in that upper body. Maybe gaze over those fingers on the left side. Bringing it to center and over to the other side. Gaze over those other fingertips if it feels okay. Notice your breath. Let those inhales and exhales become a little bit bigger as we're moving closer to the end of our practice. Bring it back to center. Bring those feet to the floor for just a moment. Bring your hands down by your thighs. Then I want you to slowly bring your feet out. Working towards your corpse pose. But I want, before we go into corpse pose, I want you to reset your hips by bringing your big toes together. Like you're kinking them in, the heels are out. Pull the belly down toward the floor. Notice if you feel off. It's okay, just notice it. One leg harder than the other to do. And then release and let your feet go wherever they want. Maybe they start to splay open. And then recognize your hands. If you want your hands to be turned up in a comfortable position, that's a gesture of openness. If you need a little time to yourself, turn those palms down and ground yourself to the earth. Wherever you're at, I want you just to start to locate your breath. Maybe you lost it for a while. It doesn't need to match mine or Heather's. Instead, we just want a nice inhale through the nose. And your exhale through the back of the throat, making a little bit of a sound, maybe even a little bit of a snort. Take 3 breaths here. Just notice it. Then bring your awareness to your jaw. And notice if you have any tension built up there. Are you clenching your teeth? If so, let a little space between those molars and relax the tongue. Let the breath out a little more smoothly. Then bring your awareness to your forehead. Release the furrow in the brow. And then let that run down into your earlobes, your neck, and your shoulders. Out the elbows, the wrists, the fingertips, and the thumbs. And bring your awareness to your belly. And let it fall into the earth. The hips. Let them melt a little deeper. Thighs, the backs of those knees, the calves, the ankles, the heels, and those toes. Take one final moment and scan from the top of the head all the way down through those toes. And notice if you feel any different from the beginning of class till now. Take 2 final breaths here. And after your second breath, start to wiggle those fingers and those toes. Find a little movement in your body. And then take a big breath to fill the body back up with that oxygen and that energy to finish out your day. We're gonna have a productive day today. So take a big breath, and when you're ready, bring yourself to a seated position so we can close out practice together. Sitting tall in that spine in your easy pose or whatever pose is comfortable for you. We bring our hands to heart center. We take an inhale through the nose and we exhale it out. Noticing our heart, finding gratitude. Then we inhale, lift those hands high to the sky. Be kind, let the light inside yourself lift others up. Thank you for joining Heather and I for practice today. Hands come back to heart center. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks everybody.
Yay.
We're gonna elbow bump.
Yay!
Social distancing.
Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the social distancing accountability challenge. Let's get back to the community. Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye.